place, a new home for a while. Let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride.
What's up, my friends? Welcome back to another video. If you're new, my name's NatMoran and I live in my 4Runner full time with my 3 dogs. I'm here in Southern California and I'm just enjoying all the sunshine and doing some work on Chalupa while I'm here taking advantage of the winter months in the warmth. So I'm just waiting on Lori, and right now her and I are going to head up to this Rigs and Coffee event that Aiden James Customs is hosting today, and we're going to pick their brain on some of the things that we've got going on for the Rebelle. They are doing part of her build, semi-sponsor I suppose, for the Rebelle. So we're going to pick their brain and ask them a few questions, kind of run a few ideas through them. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and let these guys out and go potty real quick and get them some water and some treats, and we're going to hit the road and head into LA, and I am not looking forward to that. Neither one of us like LA, so wish us luck. Oh, he sees the dog. All right, so I received a question that asked if I get overwhelmed when I have the dogs, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I don't know that I ever actually have, and that's a great question because absolutely I get so overwhelmed with the dogs. They are a lot. At Death Valley trip, my friends and I made a joke because Agron was just so vocal, and he is vocal all the time, but on that trip specifically we said Agron's here every time he barked, because it's almost as if he's just saying I'm here. And while we have fun with it, it definitely can be overwhelming, especially like when I first met up with this big group of friends. I didn't really know most of them. I only knew a handful of them, and we all had dogs. I think we were way outnumbered by dogs than we were humans on this trip. And so one example of when I got overwhelmed having the 3 dogs in this lifestyle was that we all parked very close to each other because we were limited on space, and we all had all of these dogs. So mine were just going nuts. They love to play, they love the attention, but they are just so overwhelming when it comes to their presence that it gets a little stressful sometimes. I have been full-timing with these guys for 2 years next month, so I do have some experience in that department. So if you'd like to pick my brain a little bit more, just let me know. I love snuggles with my buddy. Tonk is here! There's the Tonkaroonie! Come on, Jethro.
A nomad passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the...
All right, my friends, I'm demolishing the platform in my 4Runner. Life is never changing, I'm telling you, and things change. Being a nomad, you've got to kind of just get on board with the change is going to happen. I'm going on 2 years as a full-time nomad. I've lived in the 4Runner since September of 2021. I've been on the road since February of 2021, and this is just yet another phase of my build, and I have no idea if it's going to work or not. So as most things with life, time will tell, and that's kind of where I'm at here. So I'll go into a backstory as to why I'm changing the build here in just a second, but I want to show you what I've done and just what the reality of having 3 dogs looks like. It's embarrassing to show this, but I'm doing it anyway just because I'm real. I'm a human being just like you, and I have dogs like most of you. So this is just a brutal reality that every now and then you need to completely empty things out, deep clean, get that nice fresh cleanliness, and rework a few things. So that's what we're doing. In order for me to be successful next year, I need to rework a few things. And as much as I love this platform, it is way too high. And like I said, I'll go into details as to why I'm changing the build again here shortly, but this is what I've done so far. So here's all my stuff, super unorganized. I just got back from Death Valley and I'm cleaning out all of my stuff. Guys, this is what having 3 dogs, 2 of which are German Shepherds, going off-roading, keeping windows down. This is what it looks like, you guys. It's absolutely disgusting. Oops. This is what it looks like, you guys. It's absolutely disgusting. You know, it's time to clean. Here's this side. It's absolutely disgusting. On the tarnation have I been living like this? Just gross. Dog hair. Only a lily brush and probably 45 hours worth of manual labor will get all of that out. So I will be coming up with a solution on how to protect from dog hair, because this is very hard to get out. Very hard to get out. I did the right half compared to the left half, and I used a lily brush, some paper towels, obviously a shop vac, some Method soap water, and so far that's what I've cleaned. So I'm about to do this side. All right, so I just disassembled the Wee Boost, and I followed the line down to the bottom where there's extra cable, so that's good. I think I'm going to be able to use that mount to reattach the Wee Boost to my tent, but I have to be able to pull that line. So I'm going to undo that line once I get the tent put on, which I'm hoping to do tonight. My uncles are coming over and we're going to try to lift this thing together, so that should be interesting. I cleaned the top of the roof and got everything all nice and clean, so there's no dust or dirt or any gunk or anything up there. So when I lay the tent up there, it's clean. Yeah, so I'm a little nervous about putting the tent back on. The first time I put the tent on, it was a disaster. It required like 7 people and it was so heavy. But I think now that I've done it before, I've got a good crew coming, I think we're going to be able to do this, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, wish me luck. Agaroni is doing a lot better than he was, so that's good. He's actually playing with his toy and running around, and that makes me very happy. But I'm definitely keeping an eye on him, because when we were playing fetch a little bit, because I accidentally threw his toy, forgot that he had fallen, because he was doing so good. So I threw his toy and he slipped on the concrete and he fell on his side. So yeah, we need to take it easy, buddy. We need to take it easy. Yeah. You're not a spring chicken anymore. Oh, you want me to play? Where's your toy? Yeah. Hello. Most of it's organized, but there's my platform. I'm debating on what to do with it. Maybe keep it for now. It fits perfectly in a 21 Toyota 4Runner, so I was thinking about seeing if anybody wanted it. I might hang on to it just in case this tent setup doesn't work. I'm finding that I'm probably going to have 2 setups for the 4Runner. I'll have the tent set up, and then when I have the tent off, I might go back to having the platform. But I'm thinking about getting goose gear. We'll see how that pans out. A brand new do, or an old do that's new. A new old do. You really want me to play with you, don't you? Alright guys, I just wanted to touch base with you after my last video. I received some comments and some questions about getting rid of the 4Runner. I want to show you guys that no matter what I do, I will not get rid of the 4Runner. It would have to be a super interesting situation for me to do that. I've invested a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears into this car. I've got a lot of memories in this car. It's going to take a lot more than me want a few extra square feet of living space to get rid of her. So even if I were to do like a van or something, I'd still have Chalupa. I don't really know how logistically that would work out, but I wouldn't be getting rid of her. I'd probably put her in storage, tow her behind if I could get a van big enough for that, or leave her at my family's house and then, you know, come back and swap out my setup and stuff. But Chalupa ain't going anywhere. She is sticking around. I've got big plans for Chalupa. The tent's back on. I'm gonna look into getting a rear bumper. Got all kinds of stuff in the works. So I just wanted to put that at rest. I'm not getting rid of the 4Runner. She's very much a special part of my life, and really looking forward to the adventures that she and I go on together in 2023 and many other years to come, hopefully. So, yep, that's all I wanted to share with you guys.
Is get that these things screwed up to where
They're tight.
yeah. Well, actually, you know what? We should probably just go ahead and move these in and get this set 1/2 inches.
Yeah, we measured 10.5 inches from this bolt here, from right here to there. Well, we use that as a reference point, but it's what
We've got about 4 inches of leeway because this bracket is about 4 inches. You know what I'm saying? It's about 4 inches of leeway in this thing.
And here's where our stopper is. So once we get this in, we're gonna tighten that down, and you can see it does do some damage to your crossbar, but that is the only way I've been able to keep it from sliding back and forth, despite people saying that I'm not cranking it down tight enough, because I can assure you I am. Anybody else's batteries die at the most opportune moments?
We can, so we'll have to slide and do everything a little bit more mechanically. Not so pre-assembled, but assemble everything on site.
Do not hit the up button. I can't see if mine's...
Keep going. Okay, a little bit more on that side. And squeeze it down. What to see what we can do.
The awning brackets are squeaking because I didn't tighten them down. That's not good. Alright, we got the tent on, so now I'm about to mount the awning. And I just confirmed that the Wii Boost is placed well. I can open the tent without it interfering with the Wii Boost. I'm thinking some KC lights up there would look way better than that light bar. Yeah, buddy. And looking here, I'm thinking of getting some side lights, mount them under here. I have enough room to do that, and then get some chasers put back there along the rack there, and I'll be set for 360 lighting around this thing for camp and when I'm on trail runs. So that'll be good. All right, so I'm just here sitting in the car trying to think, how can I get a shelf that connects to my non-name brand Molly panels here that's not going to be like $500? Well, technically the shelf is pretty pricey just because of what it is, but it's dual purpose, so hear me out. You probably can already see what I've done. So now that I've mounted the rooftop tent back on the 4Runner, one of my biggest challenges during that time was all of the weight that I had on top of the roof rack, or excuse me, on top of the rooftop tent. When I had the cargo box at a Rome 95 liter, and I had my Max Tracks, and I had a solar panel, a Gold Zero Boulder 100 watt, mounted to the top, and it was so hard to open the rooftop tent. It just had so much weight on it that the hydraulic lift system didn't really work that great. So I was constantly trying to blow a hernia, or whatever you want to call it, trying to get my tent open every day. So I'm trying to come up with ways to create efficiencies where I'm not having so much weight in the 4Runner. And one of the things I've been thinking and tossing in my head is, do I really want to put things back up on the crossbars aside from like my solar panel? Weight is an issue that I'm trying to keep eliminated. So what I've done in the meantime, my dogs are, he wants to go. Excuse the dog hair. This is all getting cleaned out. And I'm putting some dog protectant rubber mats that stick to the back. Hopefully that works. It's an Amazon it's an Amazon purchase, so there's never really a guarantee. But if it works, it's a mat that goes against this piece and this piece. And then I'm going to be buying a really nice heavy duty memory foam mattress for the dogs because Agron's got some hip issues. And we'll talk about that later. I'm also trying not to break the bank with this rebuild because I've spent plenty of money. I don't need to keep spending money. I've got the stuff I need. So if I can repurpose it, use it, whatever the case may be, that's just 10 times better, right? So here we are trying to find a shelving unit that's not going to break the bank. Now, I mean, if you don't already own Max Tracks, well, then sorry about you. You might have to break the bank a little. But they are a dual purpose. It's not just a shelf. It's actually also recovery gear. So I feel like it works out as a double win. I already had them. I'm going to repurpose them because I mean, I could technically, these aren't that heavy when you compare like to other things that I'd be putting up on the roof rack or on the top of the rooftop tent. They fit semi-perfectly, and I'll talk about how I mounted them up there because it really didn't do anything. And then if you guys want to incorporate that, you can. I don't know if I'll keep it this way. It really just depends on how it functional is. And I obviously don't want this to fall on the dog, so I'm going to secure it a little bit more. But let's take a look at it. I purchased this little divider here off of Amazon. And this is the cargo net that came with the 4Runner. I've had this thing forever. I've used it forever. I love it. It is multifunctional. So I zip tied it to fit against this off-brand Molly panel. So it's kind of zip tied and I've got it nice and tight, and then I zip tied it to the actual rack or to the divider. I just shimmied my Max Tracks in on top, and you can see it doesn't fit lengthwise perfectly, but because I've managed to get the cargo net nice and tight and snug, it's not going anywhere. So let me go up there and show you. Sorry, it's a little dark. I should have gotten a flashlight. So it's not going anywhere. And I have literally done absolutely nothing to secure it except get a little carabiner and kind of go through the handle here. Yeah, that's all I've done. And it's not going anywhere. And it's not going anywhere because these pieces here are it's kind of locked in there on each side. So I've just shoved some of my sleeping bags up there, and they're not really going. I mean, because of these knots up here, it's kind of secure. Okay, so if you hear rain, second cyclone of this big massive storm that's hitting the coast of California is hitting us right now. So I apologize. It just started raining and it's raining now. So what I did is I went to REI and I bought some more stuff sacks. And my plan is to use these stuff sacks to put things in and then shove them on top of the Max Tracks. So then if I ever need to use my recovery gear, I just take my stuff sacks out, pull my Max Tracks out, voila, dual purpose shelf for the back of my 4Runner, and I don't have to spend a whole bunch of money buying new Molly panels that are compatible with all of the different brands out there that are that include those shelving bracket mounts. So I'm pretty stoked about that. We'll see how long it lasts. It may not do very well, but looking at it from the front seat in the back, looks pretty good. Dual purpose for the win. Now I still have the Max Tracks mounts mounted to my 95-liter Roam box. I had to use some WD-40 to get to get this one loosened, so you can see here. But yeah, so I'm going to keep them on this Roam box because I'm, eventually, this could work, or I don't know. So that's how I currently had it, and this is how it is now. And I am pretty stoked about that. I can't put blankets in my current rooftop tent and shut it. So I have to pack up my sleeping bags every time. So I'm trying to find efficiencies and places I can put them. So I still haven't figured that piece out, but I have my Rumble and my 40-degree quilt for the dogs that did fit up there. And I can, as long as it's about that size, I've got plenty of storage up there. So happy. All right, so I want to get a memory foam mattress for the dogs in the back. Agron has recently been diagnosed with hip dysplasia, and he is having some issues where he cannot always jump up on the bed. We're doing massage therapy. I'm considering CBD oil to help manage his comfort levels. So I want to put something in the very, very back where the dogs will stay that is comfortable for longer trips, and if he had to sleep, you know, he had a place. So I have 2 mattresses. I cut a queen mattress in half to fit the back of the platform. So I'm hoping to repurpose what memory foam I already have, because when you're trying to find a dog bed, I'm not finding the exact dimensions. I need something like 44 by 40, give or take a couple inches, depending on, you know, angles and stuff, but I'm not really finding that online. So I'm thinking, why spend all of this money when I could maybe repurpose something, since I'm on a roll with repurposing things, right? So to do this, I'm literally just using one of these and just going line by line. And thankfully I've got a vacuum, because I'm gonna need it, because it's losing some pieces. I certainly don't think I'm gonna win any awards for most beautiful memory foam, but aside from a few trimmings, I think we're good. You guys like it? Is it doggy approved? You got plenty of headroom? Yeah? Yeah, he's playing with your toy, I know. He's getting close to your toy, I know. All right. You guys look so small. Are you happy? What's Pikey's? Hi, Pikey's. You like it? See, they got plenty of headroom. Pike is already tearing it up. Great. Okay. Well, we'll have to find a more secure bedding or blanket. You wanted to go under? I see. Okay. All right. It is German Shepherd approved. We just need to get a different blanket that's maybe a little bit bigger so we don't have any of that.
That way we'll have...
That handle's gonna have to move.
Hang on.
All right, I got the awning. My dad and I got the awning on, got the mounting brackets. We repositioned the handlebar that was right here to here, which I can access and still close the tent. So now I'm up top getting the solar panel remounted, but it was reconfigured for the Prinsu. So thankfully it's just moving the brackets around. We used aluminum L bracket to and drilled into the Goal Zero frame. And that's how we're doing it. Yeah.
You got that plastic grommet that you have to get over.
All right, so I bought some Gorilla Grip silicone baggies. They're reusable. You can use them in a freezer, BPA free, all that good stuff. Hand wash, air dry. But I feel like that's gonna help me stay a lot more organized now that I've got the refrigerator. So I'm looking forward to giving those a try. Comes with 3 different sizes. So that's awesome. All right, I just got these off Amazon. They Velcro to the back, so hopefully that'll help with the dog hair. The mat's a little wonky. I am not a big fan, but I'm liking those. That's mainly the reason why I bought that, because this is okay. It's not great, but that is. So time to put the dog bed back in. All right, I think it's gonna be good. All right, you guys, I'm pretty much packed up. I just have a few things I need to put in the vehicle, and then I'm ready to hit the road again. I'm gonna be heading into Colorado to go snowboarding, like I said, and I just bought my bindings for my snowboard, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna be YouTubing how to put those on. It doesn't sound very complicated, so hopefully it doesn't take me too long. But I will be putting those together and mounting my snowboard to the crossbars up top and heading to Colorado to go hang out with my friends. I've missed my friends in Colorado so much. I cannot express to you guys how much I have missed them. I'm so looking forward to hanging out with them and spending some much needed time with the ones that I care about so much. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really looking forward to getting out on the road and testing out this new setup, new but old setup. So I do have all of the seats back in. I've got my Max Tracks remounted inside. I've got a divider. The dogs are going in the back. I've got a different setup. I've got a fridge. I've got a portable 12-volt fridge again. I am living life largely. I have graduated the ice pack. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited to not have to buy ice every other day. I swear to you. Not my jam. I can't believe I lasted this long having to use an ice as a cold method. Anyways, you guys, so I've got that. I'm gonna be testing out a whole bunch of new gear. I've got my rooftop tent back on. I've got a ladder again. I've got to remake my ramp for the dogs. So in the next video, I will be posting a video on how I get my 3 dogs up on the roof, top tent. Gosh, I can't believe that back in September of 21, when I first started living in the 4Runner full time, that I would receive a flood of questions, even to this day when I just put the rooftop tent back on the 4Runner. And I'm just like, I can't believe that the number 2 question is, how do I get my dogs in the tent? So I'm really looking forward to sharing how I do that super simple ramp for the dogs to get up on the rooftop tent for you guys in the next video. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, the bell notification, and don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you've got anything to add. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay safe and have a very blessed day. Bye.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride.